Ooh-wee. Welcome back to Sundown Acres. Well, good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful, crisp Saturday morning. About 34 degrees out here at Sundown Acres. We are going to be working on the high tunnel again today. I don't have my plastic yet, but I still need to make my window and my door. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. At least that portion of it will be done. And then it's all I got to do is all I have to worry about when it gets here is I will be able to tack that plastic down to the greenhouse and hang my door and my window, and it will be done, other than of course doing the wicking tubs and getting everything planted. All right guys, let's get these animals fed, get the ducks out of the house, and let's get to work. Some hungry ducks this morning. I waited for it to warm up out here a little bit. It was a little too chilly this morning for me to be out here. I know a lot of guys are like, oh, 34 degrees isn't that cold, but this old fat farmer, I really didn't feel like working out here at 34 degrees, so I waited till it reached about 60. So we'll get started on this. Okay, so I made myself a couple of little shims here to put in between the parts of my door that I'm making. That way it'll open and close real easy.
without anything dragging. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a couple of screws in the boards, put the shims in between the frame and the door itself, and that way when then I can measure everything out, put the other the centerpieces in, and the door will fit just like I need it to. So when you're doing projects by yourself, and I know a lot of people have people that actually come out and help them. Most of the time when I'm out here doing this, all my friends are at work, and but when you're doing projects by yourself, you have to find ways of doing things by yourself. So this is the easiest way that I can see that I need to make this door. Is it perfect? No, but it's going to do the job. All right, the door's not hung, but it is made, so I'm going to reinforce each corner now with these little triangles that I cut out from scrap wood, and show you how I did it. So, guys, putting those little screws in there isn't hard, but what I recommend doing is drilling your hole. It makes things so much easier. It's usually a small drill bit to get you started, because putting these things in an angle, you know, it can be kind of awkward, you know. So drill your hole first, and it's a lot easier to get all these things in there. Okay, I've made my door. Now it's time to make the window. Dead battery. And see, that seems to be the problem with all of my projects. My batteries just never last. I don't know if it's the brand I'm using. I've always thought Portacable was a pretty decent brand, but maybe there's a better one out there. I can't afford it if it is. So I just want something to hold this thing in place. I've only got 2 hands, right? So I'm just going to use a couple of screws to hold it where I want it until I can get everything measured out and where I want it to be. All right, so we're gonna have a nice tight fit here. All I got left to do here is put those pieces in the corners. We're not gonna be using this window during the winter time. During the summertime, this will be propped open, get some nice ventilation. We'll prop open the door on the other end and get some good cross ventilation in here for the plants. And we'll have a shade cloth over the top of this thing during the summertime. But during the wintertime, this thing will stay closed, the door will stay closed, and hopefully we have nice sunshiny days like this, and it'll stay nice and warm in the greenhouse for our plants. So I'm gonna put these pieces on, and that'll probably actually do us for the day. So I'm done with the greenhouse for the day, and I got the door fixed, or I got the door made, I got the window made, and all I need now is the plastic fit to finish it out. Then I can hang the door, hang the window, and I've already got all the hardware for that. All I need is the plastic and the plastic capped roofing nails I'm going to be using to nail the plastic down to the wood, and this job will be done. I'm going to build a table in there right underneath the rear window to give me a place to where I can do my seed starting, things along those lines, but that can come later. We still got to get all the stuff for the wicking tubs to be able to start planting these things. I've got some pear seeds in my pantry in there, and a nice little damp towel and a plastic baggie, letting them sprout, and I'll be planting those here probably the next week. So I got to get some potting soil and get ready to do that. I'm gonna try to fix myself up a nice orchard on the other side of my house. I've got one pear tree. I planted a couple of pear trees last year, but all the rain that came through last year didn't help them, and they all died, all except for one. So I'm going to try to, instead of going and spending money on them, I'm actually going to try to raise my own. I bought some pears that I like to eat, and I just pulled the seeds out of those, and I'm trying to get them to germinate. So guys, I want to talk to y'all about something real quick, about your homesteading. If you're just starting out, it's a lot of work, okay? Especially if you're doing it by yourself, or it's just you and the wife that are doing it, and you're building your place up, no matter how small it is. All right, remember, don't give up on it. All right, it is hard work, and it takes a lot of time. I've been at this for over a year now, and I've actually only got the fences done, a couple of buildings built, and working on a greenhouse. And of course, you hear Goose Lee here in the background, but this stuff takes time, and it takes patience and money, and those are a lot of things. So you got to have a lot of patience, but you don't necessarily have to have a lot of money to do these things. And that's the whole idea about really behind homesteading, is finding ways to save your money. You could go out and you could buy everything all at one time and get started, immediately if you wanted to. But most people that are getting into this don't want to spend that tremendous amount of money. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm spending a little bit of spare money every single week. My paycheck, I work a full-time job. I drive about 115, 120 miles a day to and from work. Well, that's to and from work, so it's only about 60 miles one way, 60 miles back. And of course, then you have the traffic that you have to deal with, and so on and so forth. So, guys, just remember that this stuff takes time. When you work like that, you're not going to have time to come home in the afternoons and do all the things that you want to get done. You're only going to have your Saturday, if you have that sometimes, and a Sunday to get the projects done, and that will take a lot of time. So guys, remember to like, subscribe, and share the video. I hope you enjoyed it today. I'm trying to show y'all what it's taking me to get my homestead going, and I'm going to be taking y'all along for this journey as long as I'm able to, guys. And remember to like, subscribe, and share the video, and we'll see y'all next time at Sundown Acres. I got to do that one over.